Have you ever had the sense that your mind is capable of far more than just creative thinking or problem solving? What if it's not just a memory bank, but a living doorway into multiple layers of intelligence, insight, intuition, empathy, and imagination, most of which we've barely begun to explore? What if learning to access those hidden realms could change everything from how you relate to others to how you innovate, heal, and even glimpse into what's to come? Today we're diving into a transformative concept. Your mind is not merely a thinking machine. It's a gateway to multidimensional intelligence, and it all begins with curiosity. Consider the scientist who dreams of mathematical patterns swirling like constellations, or the artist who paints from emotions they can't explain, yet move others profoundly, or the meditator who in silence senses an intelligence far deeper than memory or logic. These may seem like isolated experiences, but they share a common thread. When the mind steps outside its normal loop, it can access forms of intelligence that transcend the usual logic versus creativity split. The idea of a mind with multiple dimensions of awareness isn't new. You'll find it in ancient spiritual traditions, indigenous knowledge, depth psychology, and even quantum science. The I Ching refers to it as the inner oracle. Carl Jung called it the collective unconscious. Neuroscience now maps brain networks that connect logic, emotion, intuition, and moral perception. What if all of these are pointing to the same truth, that your mind is already connected to deeper layers of reality? Picture this: you hit a creative wall. You step away, maybe take a walk. Then out of nowhere, an image, a phrase, a melody arrives. That flash isn't random. It's your brain making unexpected connections, linking memory, emotion, pattern recognition, and intuition in a moment of insight. The Greeks called it the muse. We call it creativity. But really, it's multidimensional awareness in action. Empathy is another example. Real empathy isn't just imagining someone else's feelings. It's experiencing them within yourself. Therapists and spiritual guides often speak of receiving sensations, images, or memories they've never lived, yet somehow feel real. It's as if your mind momentarily connects to someone else's field of experience. Moral insight, too, often comes not through rational thought but as a sudden, undeniable knowing. Stoics called it right reason. Mystics call it inner guidance. Psychologists label it moral intuition. Whatever the name, it's intelligence rising from a deeper layer of the self. Even science is catching up. Brain scans reveal that insight and intuition involve interconnected networks, linking the logical brain, the emotional brain, and areas associated with daydreaming and imagination. Quantum physicists exploring entanglement and non-locality suggest consciousness may be more than brain activity. It could be information woven into the very fabric of existence. Researchers in parapsychology explore phenomena like precognition and telepathy, hard to replicate, but persistently reported. So how do we access these hidden modes of intelligence intentionally, rather than stumbling upon them by accident? Here are several powerful practices. Intentional silence, just 10 minutes of quiet each day. No screens, no agenda, can shift your mind from autopilot to awareness. In that stillness, your thoughts, feelings, and intuitive signals become clearer. Dream journaling. Dreams often carry symbolic messages. Keep a notebook by your bed. Write down dream fragments, images, and emotions. Over time, a language begins to emerge. Creative flow, whether through writing, painting, or even coding. Enter flow by minimizing goals, silencing judgment, and allowing movement. Flow states activate associative networks that logic alone can't access. Empathic listening. Be fully present with someone. Feel their words, tone, and energy. What arises in you, images, sensations, or thoughts, might be insight from a deeper shared field. Symbolic exploration. Use tools like tarot, mandalas, or mythology to access metaphor and archetype. These bypass logical filters and engage the unconscious. Nature immersion. Spend time in wild places. Walk silently. Let your senses open. Nature quiets the mind and reattunes it to subtler rhythms. Each of these practices opens a different doorway to deeper awareness. But the real shift happens when you integrate them. not separating thought from feeling, memory from insight, or logic from silence. Real-world examples are everywhere. Nobel-winning scientists describe how answers appear not during intense focus, but in moments of rest or nature. Artists speak of entering flow and feeling like something beyond them takes over. Healers often know just what to say or do without knowing why. These are not accidents, they are signs of the mind working across dimensions. The potential implications are vast. Imagine project teams trained in flow, therapists tuned into empathic insight, teachers guiding students not just to remember facts, but to access intuitive and emotional intelligence. But there are challenges. Our culture values speed, certainty, and proof. Portals thrive in mystery, ambiguity, and stillness. To embrace them, you must learn patience, humility, and trust in what you can't immediately explain. And there's also responsibility. These gateways can reveal unresolved emotions, past traumas, and moral truths. Shadow material may arise, grief, fear, or guilt. Integration requires compassion and support. Use grounding tools, daily rituals, movement, community, and nature. This isn't escapism, it's embodied transformation. It's about living with more presence, meaning, and creativity. So what happens when people truly begin to live this way? They report more synchronicities. The right person calls at the perfect time. A dream offers insights arrive like whispers from another dimension. Tesla claimed he saw his invention's hole in his mind's eye. Jung explored archetypes through dreams. Shamans commune with the spirits of nature. These aren't delusions, they are deeper channels within the human mind. And they're not reserved for the gifted. They're in you, dormant, waiting. The modern world dulls them with distraction and noise. But when you reclaim the ancient art of presence and intention, you reconnect with what's always been there. As more people open these inner gateways, something remarkable unfolds. Culture begins to shift, wisdom replaces spectacle, creativity reclaims its sacred role. Humanity remembers itself as more than data, more than machines. We are bridges between dimensions of awareness. So take the invitation, choose one practice, sit in silence, record your dreams, enter flow, listen empathically, watch the clouds. The future you long for is already stirring inside. Your mind isn't just a tool, it's a portal, and it's already open.